Hi guys, welcome back to Irene Torok Art. I'm Ran. I hope the heat and noise isn't bothering you too much. It's absolutely freezing today. It's like 12 degrees. So I've got my little heater going. But anyway, this week I worked on this Mossy Woods piece, which is another quite small scale piece. I first started by doing just a rough sketch, which I like to do every now and then just to kind of map out where everything will go. And then I put paint to canvas and just sort of let it flow and see where it will take me. So I'm pretty happy with the outcome of this one. I like this one a lot. Also this week it was Mother's Day, so we celebrated that. I had some random things I did. I'll show you the process of creating a Filipino pork adobo recipe, which is super quick and easy, and it's just as delicious as the really long drawn out versions you do with pork belly. So I'll share that later in the vlog, as well as the process of the painting as per usual. Otherwise I had some random things this week. I had some errands to run. I also got a root canal, which was great fun. Well, the first phase of it anyway, and it's a back tooth, so there's 4 canals, so there's 4 roots they're actually going to take out. But yeah, over the years, Crohn's medications like prednisolone, steroids, sap the calcium from your body, and the first thing that it tries to sap the calcium from is your teeth. So I've had a lot of work done over the years. But anyway, I'll go and get phase 2 done, and I'll get a couple more things done while I'm at it. So yeah, that's great fun, of course. But anyway, to start the painting, I just laid in some light in the background, the green gradation out to the sides, which will later be the shadows, and I just added some tree trunks and trees in the middle, sort of off in the distance. Also this week, Jay and I went for a stroll near some local falls that we have. It's nothing compared to the beautiful big waterfalls out Lawnway that we like to go and visit. It's just some little falls that we have locally, but we had a really nice sunny day and we thought we'd just get out and enjoy some autumn sunshine together. So I went for a nice walk down there. Yeah, I'll have a look in a second. Then I added in the next layer into this painting, just some more trees, some more foliage, some shadowing to go in. I also had quite a bit of errands to run this week. One of the days I had to go into the city, get a full mouth x-ray for the dentist, pop into the hospital and do some random things. So I thought I'd film a little bit and vlog throughout that day. So today I have to get a teeth x-ray in the city, have to drop into the hospital. So we're going to go into the city and we're gonna stroll through the park and do all the tasks we need to do. And it's coffee time soon, I think.
With of course these ongoing works before Geelong Road and Westgate exit. Traffic is down to just 2 lanes. Weight Watchers is turning 60% of Westgate.
Yeah. Cinnamon. Hello, Cinnamon. Oh God, I love coffee. We've got the coffee machine, but I'm happy even just with an instant coffee when I have a coffee craving. It doesn't even need to be because coffee machine coffee. Why are you yelling for? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Yeah. Oh, that's what we need. And the third layer on the painting was probably the longest layer. That took me the longest. Just adding some moss to the mid-ground trees, a lot more foliage, a lot more shadows, foreground shadows, sort of setting the scene for where the foreground tree will go. And yeah, a lot of leaves. Then, as I said, this week we had Mother's Day. Jazz tends to spoil me a bit every Mother's Day, and now with Jay, he gets me flowers as well, so that's lovely. They gave me my gifts in the morning, and then they made me a really nice breakfast, which was lovely. And then later throughout the day, we went and visited Jay's mum, took her some flowers. She's just such a lovely person, so welcoming. So it was just a nice, quiet Mother's Day, and then later on that day, I just arranged some of my own flowers, so it was nice. Arranging all my beautiful flowers. Make a couple of nice arrangements out of it. I love flowers so much. These are just lovely. Also been trying to utilize the track across the road and actually go for some jogs because my cardio really needs work. Since my last surgery, my major surgery that I had last July, my lungs filled up with fluid, and I just feel I haven't been the same since. Not that my cardio was great before that, but it definitely needs work. So I'd like to do a lot more of that, just go for little jogs, and also Pilates. As I've said before, I love Pilates. I don't do enough of it. I wish I did some Pilates most days of the week, but it's just so hard to get into a routine of actually doing Pilates in the morning first thing, and it's something that I definitely want to work more on because it's great to be more health conscious, you know, as we all should be, but it's one of those things. It's just something else I have to work on. And then I worked on the painting some more. The fourth layer was pretty straightforward. It was a lot quicker than the third layer was. Just added some moss to the foreground tree, some more shadowing, and just the foreground foliage up the top. So food-wise this week, we've had some random things like prawn laksa, some lamb rogan josh with garlic naans and apple chutney, just some things like that. But I thought for a quick weeknight dinner that would be beneficial for anyone to sort of have on hand as a recipe, I'll include a really quick version of adobo. Now this can be done with chicken, pork, anything really, but I made it with pork loin so that it'll be nice and quick to cook. I have made the traditional version with pork belly, cooking it down for a long time, cooling it down, and then frying it so the crackling goes all crispy and making the sauce separate. But that's a much longer process, whereas this is something that's just as tasty. It's got all the key taste that adobo normally has, but it's so much quicker. You can throw it together in 30-40 minutes on a weeknight, so I thought I'd include that this week. So the first thing we want to do is fry off an onion. And I got some eggs ready to boil and also my rice in some sesame oil. I'm just using medium grain rice today with just some sesame oil added, and we're just going to toast the rice off a little bit while we get the pork started. So today I'm using pork loin, but you can use any cut of pork. This is just a really quick weeknight dinner. And into the sauce, once the pork has browned, we're going to add some brown sugar, some vinegar, lots of garlic, some dark soy, some light soy, and also about a half a can of coconut milk. So now we want to brown our pork before we add in all the other ingredients. And in the meantime, we get the rice started and toast that off a little bit. And then we're going to use absorption method. And once your meat has browned, we want to add in the garlic and brown that a little bit, just for about 20 seconds. And we're going to go in with a little bit of salt, and that's about it. Lid on, and it cooks. Once the garlic had a chance to colour a little bit, we're going to go in with some light soy. And the dark soy. The vinegar, brown sugar, about a half a cup of coconut milk, or half a can rather, and then stir all that together. If it's quite saucy and thick, you can always add a little bit more of your coconut milk. We want to add lots of black pepper, a touch of salt to bring out all the flavours, and then we're going to simmer this while the eggs cook and the rice absorbs all the liquid, and it will be ready. And I almost forgot one of the star ingredients, a couple bay leaves, and go. In the meantime, I'm just going to make a simple cabbage salad. It's really traditional with Asian dishes to have like a nice pickle. It's more, instead of Filipino, more like a Korean dish where you're having a pickle with it. So I've just got some sugar, some rice vinegar, some fish sauce, and I've added a little bit of red onion to that. And then I'm going to go in with some cabbage and set that aside until we're ready to serve. And then once it gets nice and saucy and the rice is absorbed, you're ready to serve. Serve it all up. Add some chili if you so wish. I like to make it fusion by adding the egg and some seaweed to wrap little bites up in. And then the pickle on the side. And enjoy. So coconut milk isn't traditionally added to adobo, but some people do add it to Filipino adobo. It makes all the difference in this, it really does. It's so worthwhile adding that half a can of coconut milk, it makes all the difference. But anyway, it was so delicious, I hope you guys give it a go. And then I finished up this painting this morning finally, basically adding just some light to the foliage, some light in the background, a little bit of light to the moss just to bring it to life a little bit more. And that's it for the footage that I have for this week. As far as this following week, I've got an idea of what I want to work on, but I'm not 100% decided, so I guess I'll just see where my mood takes me. But thank you so much for joining me and watching this video, joining me on my art journey. I hope you'll join me again in the next video, which will most likely be next week. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great weekend and a great week, and take care. Thank you. Bye, guys.